Welcome to Indy-Vision podcast. I am Timothy Titan. This is presented by Money Mark Media, and we have a very, very special guest tonight. This is one of the biggest, and I mean that in a physical sense and a business sense, wrestlers in the area right now. This is also my hired help and my close and personal friend. This is BROhemoth.
What up, man?
Bro, I want to thank you very much for being here. Thank
Hey,
you
thanks for
so
having me, my
much.
guy.
Very happy. First thing I'm going to start off with you. We started off talking about Destination 6. Let's just go right into that. You brought up Mr. Broadway. You started to talk about this. You got me a little curious. So let me hear a little bit more about what's going on at Destination 6 right now with you.
Well, May 24th in Macomb, I'm scheduled to go one-on-one with the Destination 6 Ultra Gen 6 champion, Mr. Broadway. That is a belt I spent all of 2024 having banger after banger chasing for, which was held at the time, who is now the current Destination 6 heavyweight champion, Christian Rose.
Did you ever actually capture the title or just more chase it?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. What was up?
Did you ever capture the title or?
I did not.
Oh, well, then I'm hoping that you get it. What did you say it was? May 24th, huh?
May 24th.
May 24th. I hope BROhemoth walks out of there with that gold.
I'd love to bring it back to Pittsburgh.
Heck yeah. Good, Tommy. I see you. Go ahead. I see you.
No, I was just. I was just.
I'm going to say this at the beginning of the episode. I'll say this at the beginning of the episode. Tommy's having a bit of an internet issue, so if he seems to be delayed, that's what's going on. So
He's also having a facial hair issue.
Yeah, his facial hair don't all fall off.
Ooh, you get mange? Okay.
Oh, I got mange. Shit.
Now, bro, you're working out of 880. It seems like mainly, which also runs Enjoy Wrestling down in Pittsburgh. They got a lot of. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna let you finish.
I was gonna say they got a lot of like newer talent, a lot of people that you're seeing hitting the scene right now. Is there a couple dudes from there that you could like give us the heads up to keep our eyes out for? Or
I mean, like, I can't even pick one. Like, they're all coming. They're all different. They're all unique. They like, you can get a powerhouse, you can get a high flyer, you can get a technical machine. Like, there's such a variety because 880 has chose to stand out. Like they've chose to do it differently and let people who aren't normally seen step into Pittsburgh and bring either a new style or show a new version of something you've never seen before. From head coach to King of Pittsburgh, like the talent is, it's unique.
you bring up unique, and I'll say what always seems to catch my eye about that place is you seem to like run in unique venues. Like you guys are currently running in a skate shop right now, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That is our new training facility, which we have entitled The Shop.
So I mean, it's a very unique background for wrestling in a lot of them videos too, which I think adds to it. Like it almost feels like you guys just set a ring up at a bar or came into a building and set a ring up there. Like it definitely doesn't seem like normal wrestling venues, which is definitely something that's caught my attention.
We went the punk rock approach where
DIY.
put a ring up and let the talent speak. Like we don't need a building to sell our talent. It speaks for itself.
I think it adds like an intimate feel to it because when I look at their clips from their Thursday night fights that they're pretty much putting on every week down there, and their big shows on like a Saturday here or there, it just seems like you pack that with a certain like small group of people, but that sound traps it feels more like that Lucha Underground feel. If you guys understand what I mean by that.
Yeah.
We definitely did start small, but like the faithful have just grown by the weeks, whether it's online or pull up to the shop and catch a Thursday night fight. Like we're always inviting, we're always welcoming, we're always trying to bring someone new to wrestling.
Now, outside of the ring, bro, I know you're an avid video game fan. What are you playing right now?
My top 3 right now are Monster Hunter Wilds with my Death Watch partner, or we're playing with the Playhouse and we're playing Repo. Or if I'm solo dolo, I play World of Warcraft.
Right on, dude.
Okay.
There's
See, I
me
gotta
on
get
the
back
other-
into WoW, man.
Bro, it's so good right now.
Then there's me still playing The Witcher 3, playing that new Adamfall game, and then go back to Fallout or Skyrim. I have a very specific type of game I like playing, apparently.
I feel you.
I love that there's always one
Have
word
you
in every
tried
episode
Avowed?
that Kevin can't get
I
out.
have not.
It definitely has the Skyrim Elder Scrolls feeling.
What is it, Avowed?
Avowed?
Okay. I'm gonna have to,
Okay.
yeah, that just came out on Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up.
I was just looking at it. I just never got a chance to mess with it. I get sidetracked by like NCAA or like.
If you're a fan of that, like side quest galore, Elder Scrolls, like Avowed is definitely a good one.
I'm gonna have to look that up also then, yeah. The time killer, I call him.
Tell me it's multiplayer.
I don't think it is. I think it's like Skyrim. It's solo.
He likes ESO. That's why he's asking.
Yeah.
There's better choices than that one.
Yeah.
Just get on Fallout 76, Tom. Screw it.
I've dabbled with Fallout 76 a little bit, but like my problem is my reaction time sucks. So like games like Warzone and stuff like that, like I just can't do it. If it's too quick, I'm screwed.
Yeah, me and Tommy have a bad history with Call of Duty.
Playhouse used to run wild when duty dropped.
Now, right now, I'm really stuck on MLB 25. I'm a big sports game fan, so yeah.
So I'm always a fan of bringing up the dream matches. I know that you versus Pepper Pride happened. That was something that was talked about before it happened. Is there anybody else out there right now that you'd really love to get into the ring with? That's on the indie scene and
top 3 right now. I probably have to say, Pretty Boy Smooth, Shogun Jackson, and I think third I probably have to say Johnny Norris because he's making noise
Lights
around
out.
here.
yeah, Lights Out's definitely making noise. Shogun Jackson, that's the suplex.
Suplex Shogun.
That's it, suplex Shogun. Yeah, that guy's awesome. I've seen a lot of clips of his. That dude seems really fun to watch. I think he works like in the like West Virginia area a good bit too, right?
I think he bounces mainly between like Michigan, West, like the tri-state area, and like Michigan. Because I know I see him at Mr. Chainsaw a lot.
Okay. Now Michigan's been brought up a couple times. I tend to bring up Buffalo and the New York areas and stuff like that as far as new talent. Is there anywhere out there right now other than like Pittsburgh, obviously, that you think could be like a semi-hotbed for wrestling? That because you travel a lot more than
honestly, like
me, obviously.
that little chunk from like Wisconsin to like New York, there's like such an abundance, but so many different styles. Because like I would say Michigan is like the Midwest's New Jersey. Like that's where deathmatch wrestling's real big, hardcore stuff.
Yeah.
And like the few companies I run into in like Indiana and Illinois seem to have like that West Virginia Southern style almost, with a little bit of like like Destination 6 is probably the most unique company I've ever like been a part of. Not from just the ring, but like just how like the venue also helps with this, like helps like make the feel different. Because like the few times I've been there, it's been sold out, and it kind of gives you that like Coliseum, like big arena feeling.
That's you keep bringing up different styles. Is there any style that you think counters BROhemoth well? Being basically, I always considered you just a powerhouse, basically. Like
my style works with me because I can work with any style. I can work a lucha. I can work a technical. I can work another big. I can work a Haas. I can even do intergender, as you've seen with me versus Pepper.
As I've seen. Top 3 match in LAW, in my opinion, that match. So,
all right. I don't want to limit myself, so I want to be able to work with anyone and everyone.
And that's a valuable skill, especially with everyone having that slightly different styles. And you have your hybrid styles, and being versatile would definitely be something that gets you more mileage pretty much in your career, because it's just you're going to keep no matter like, hey, your guy no showed. We got this guy who's a luchador. I know he's not the big guy you were going to have the hoss fight with, but can you work him? Yes, I can.
Always. Yes is always the answer.
Now, speaking of big guys, I mean, I've never personally met you, bro, but I know you're a big dude yourself. You also mentioned PB Smooth, who is also a massive guy. Who are some of the other giants in wrestling that you have faced?
I've worked Beastman. I've worked Gannon Jones Jr. I've worked the King of Pittsburgh, MV Young. I've worked T-Rantula, Big Country. I've
You ever worked Paxton Calloway?
I did not. I was supposed to work him at Edge of Your Seat Wrestling, but due to scheduling conflicts, I couldn't make it.
That was good, Timmy. That was the question.
I was gonna say, yeah, that guy's like a full-grown man at this point, but I still feel like he gets taller every time I see him somehow.
I don't know what's in the water over there.
Right.
And I just know the first time I met Paxton, the first time I met Ben Bishop, and the first time I met Congo, I'm 6'2", but I felt like really tiny next to these people. I was like, holy crap.
You'd
Well,
feel
there's a
tiny
good
next
one I even
to
think
it,
about. BROhemoth versus Congo Kong would be a good match too.
I've been waiting. Like the
Now,
opportunity.
where did BROhemoth start at?
I started at the Violence Academy in Erie.
Okay. I knew it was somewhere in Erie.
I trained under Aaron Draven.
Okay.
He just worked a show with Zeke Mercer. Well, he didn't work Zeke. Like they were both on the show. I think it was called Hatchet Pro Wrestler.
Zeke Mercer, shout out to the T-shirt.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome, though. Okay. And then when you came up here, what made you move to Pittsburgh from Erie, or were you commuting from Pittsburgh to Erie for training?
No, I moved back to Pittsburgh due to personal reasons.
Okay.
I moved back to Pittsburgh, and I winded up just like I think I started in Code Red, worked a few shows there, got to VFW or VWF, and worked a few shows there, then got to KSWA, and then like it just I just kept going and going and finding new places and new opportunities.
That's great to hear.
Where I met you the first time was at VWF. I was.
Shout out to Bill and Sherry.
Yeah. Bill did a lot of good shit. I really wish he would have stayed in the business because, like, I would love if he called tomorrow and he was like, "Hey, you want to do something on the show?" Yes, I'd be there in a minute. Yeah, like I'd 100%. I'd drop whatever I was doing and be right there.
Yeah. I keep hearing whispers of it. I'm hoping he does.
I've heard a few things, but I don't want to put it out there. But yeah, I'm hoping because if he just opens it just one more time, if I got to roll down the road in my wheelchair, I'll do it. Like,
I can push you if you want.
What's that?
I'll push you if you want.
Yeah, dude, just tie me to your bumper. Let's go.
So you brought up death matches and stuff like that in Michigan. Is that something you've ever thought of doing? Like,
not really my way.
I know you did a street fight against Zeke one time. Bringing up Zeke Mercer from earlier, you did a street fight against him one time, right?
Zeke. I've done a couple street fights with Zeke.
I saw one where y'all beat the shit out of each other. So
it's usually a story.
But is that something that you see in your future at all? Like doing any type of maybe?
If there's a reason for it, like I don't see a reason for it. Like I've never had like a feud pushed that seriously where it needs to be there. Like
okay,
if it calls for it, I'm always playing my part. Like if it calls for it, but like I'm in no rush for it. Like
so it's not like a bucket list thing, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it.
Like I'd do one. I'd probably do one, but like tournaments and like nothing against
No
them.
king
like,
of the death match in your future.
Just
no.
I don't like needles. let alone glass. And
I feel that. I feel that big time.
Shout
It's
out to
almost
him.
a
Like,
super
couldn't be
estimate.
me.
Yeah.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
big
death
props
matches,
to
though,
anybody that does them deathmatch tournaments. Them are insane doing multiple death matches in one night. Sorry, go ahead, Kevin.
but speaking of death matches, and he mentioned earlier, since he's working with 880 and mentioned by name the King of Pittsburgh, MV Young. That's actually where I first met MV, working for Bill down at VOW in West Virginia. He was in Shinston, and I forget where else he was at. But I met MV there. Josh Crane, someone out of Indiana. He's getting he's making a lot of dates and stuff in Japan and all over the United States. A few other people around, but I just think that's funny. Full circle, now he's doing a company down in the South Side, and he's this close. I'm like, I hadn't seen him since then.
He's in the city. That boy was determined to be there.
It's a great location in theory because no one's actually like in the city. So he's got it perfect there. And I mean, you're part of it too. So you're in that perfect location too.
Love it down there. Sometimes.
Then you go outside, some drunk stumbles into you, like, get the hell out of my way.
I haven't had anything crazy like that. Like, it gets tight.
I can imagine.
That was gonna be my next question. Actually, was how is the community down there accepting the having wrestling in the community now? I guess, for lack of a better way to put it.
We seem to keep getting bigger and bigger. So, I think they enjoy us.
That could be a hesitant thing for a community. I feel like to have professional wrestlers because even as far as we've gotten, I don't feel like it still has the greatest reputation mainstream.
Yes and no, because it is on a company to take the precautions. We're saying things like, "Hey, don't try this at home. We're trained professionals." It you can't tell people how to live their lives. People are gonna do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How many times you see the "don't try this at home"? You hear or you see or hear some wild story of somebody trying either backyard wrestling or just BSing with the friends and somebody gets hurt.
See, I was more thinking the stuff that goes mainstream in wrestling isn't the stuff that we as wrestling fans would enjoy. It's never like a Will Ospreay thing or something like that. It's some guy on an indies trying to do a backflip and the rope breaks and he falls on his head or something. I guess that's more what I'm thinking of. Where I feel like anything that from wrestling that goes viral mainstream is not necessarily good for wrestling.
I will say I will have to disagree because you can go viral for one or two reasons. You can go viral for doing some really cool spot Mega's Big Mo with that crazy Uranagi spot he hit. That clip went super viral. Or
yeah,
the guy who jumped off the rafters and missed the table. You either go viral for something good or you go viral for something bad. It's just
so. The last one I could think of is the guy doing the ropes and the guy rolled off the table and the table flips over and he hits the end of that table. That's the last one I could think of going real mainstream.
I think the last
viral.
one I saw was that Spanish Fly clip you were talking about where the rope collapsed on him.
Yeah, okay, so and then before that it's Gigi Dolan with the tampon and stuff. So it's I just feel like the stuff that comes out to mainstream from wrestling isn't necessarily why wrestling fans watch wrestling. So it gets a weird bad vibe sometimes, in my opinion.
But at that point, it's the outside looking in. As a wrestling fan, seeing something like a guy missing a table. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. I wonder what went wrong there. You're not going, oh, that guy's a dumbass. You're more sympathetic in that regard, as someone within the business or close to the business. But some person you're trying to appeal to that maybe watches WWE not religiously, but every once in a while. That more cleaner cut, and then they see something like a Superhuman or GCW show or something like that went viral because somebody got cut open a bad way or something like that. I think that's the negative reputation that would precede that. But everything else, I think most people that are close to wrestling or in wrestling understand that botches, mistakes happen. Not everything goes right. So I don't think
it happens with every sport. You can click on YouTube and click any sport and put mishaps or goofy moments and
watch Joe Theismann completely destroy his leg in the middle of a football game.
You had to bring that one up, dude. Nah.
I had
kickers miss extra points, dude.
In my mind. Damn it.
Yeah, I say kickers miss extra points. That like it happens in every
Double
sport.
doink.
Like there's good and bad with everything. It's just
Yeah,
people tend to want to dwell on the bad when like there are great moments in wrestling. Like how many wrestling shows do people have for great benefits?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Like shout out the Tressler brothers with Stomp Out Cancer. That's one.
Stomp out cancer. Yep, absolutely. Read my mind.
The Pit Fight guys over at Pick
Yeah.
Greensburg. Like there's good and bad with everything. It's just people need to stop dwelling on the bad and focus more on the good that is done and can be done.
I think that
Very
also.
well said.
I think there's also a disconnect with some personalities. You know, the guys that are this way on camera, this way off. I mean, we got it kayfabe, you know, but like sometimes, like even the best of personalities that are out there, you know, being the biggest baby faces, kissing hands, shaking babies, you know, all that good stuff. But and then they go out, and then just somebody like right now, the WWE thing, for example, where everyone always likes to meet them at the airports and like harass them with like 20 items. There's a difference
Creepy
between
as shit.
yeah, it'd be one. It's a difference when that guy's like, oh, I'll take a photo with you. But if you bring 20 items, F off. I mean, we're people
Like
too.
yeah, like especially like with them traveling, like you gotta get to your destination and rest up before you know like you gotta wrestle for 2 or 3 hours and then hop in a car or a plane and fly 3 hours to do it again tomorrow.
It's like, but how many times do you hear that wrestler did take that photo with that fan at the airport? Or you hear the one time where they freak out on the Jagoff who decided to bring 20 items to sell them on eBay later? Which side are you going to hear?
Yeah.
You're going to hear the side where he cussed that guy out who was a scalper, not the part where he took a photo with a little kid that was crying because they were scared of a flight.
Eminem made a whole song about how people need to leave him alone when he's out in public. Like
Oh,
there's proper etiquette when it comes to like meeting celebrities and people. Like you're not gonna like drag something out. Like if especially if you're like if you know they're busy, just hello, how you doing? Have a great one, big fan. Get the hell out of my way. Like
yeah.
you want a picture? Cool. You want an autograph? Cool. You want to bring all this merchandise to me to try to make a buck off me? Like the fuck do I look like? Like
Have you had something like that
Yeah,
ever
like-
happen to you?
no, like I'm known in Pittsburgh, but I'm not like so like when I go to my hometown, like it's like, hey, what up, bro? Like it's I don't get ridiculous moments where I'm getting asked to sign 30,000 things.
Well, at least not like
You ever had
they run
somebody
up
try to
front
buy your
there.
gear?
No,
Okay.
no,
Have they asked you for feet
No.
pics?
no, hell no.
You try to get
No, I
them
know
to an
this is-
OnlyFans, Tom.
No, not me, but I'm sure there's
It'd
other.
be only wrestlers
I
now,
gotta go.
right? Rob Van Dam. Now, this is kind of a loaded question, but do you have a favorite match you've been in?
There have been quite a few. Like
I guess what stands out for you in like when you think of like your history, what matches stand out to you the most?
Definitely the being a part of the first human destruction derby for Enjoy Wrestling was definitely a good moment for me.
Okay.
Being a part of KSWA's first ever ladder match. And again, Destination 6, we just did back in October, we did a House of Horrors fans bring the weapons match.
How
Oh,
did that
wow.
go?
Okay.
That one was a blast. That was a real great match. That was probably one of my best matches of 2024.
What was the best weapon that one of the fans brought?
Read my mind.
I didn't get to use it, but somebody brought a Nintendo Power Scope.
Funniest
That's
one I've ever seen
awesome.
with one of those is somebody brought a Guitar Hero guitar with thumbtacks just pasted all throughout it.
Yeah, them
Oh.
deathmatch fans bring the weapons. They get creative and crazy with them. Like
I refed a match like that one time and took a wiffle ball bat covered in thumbtacks like that to the back of the head. So
Oh shit!
they'll definitely bring some crazy
A
weapons.
light
They get
tube full of
creative.
razor blades.
I saw one. It was literally a piece of like foam on a thin piece of like plywood with plastic silverware forks just pointing up. All like 40 of them just pointing up across it. Like I believe somebody took a suplex on it.
Oh.
No, thank you.
No.
Things you'll do for $5 and a hot dog, you know?
I doubt that $5 and a hot dog shit because I hear those guys do well for themselves. Especially the ones that get the Japanese tours out of it. Like, yeah,
They're doing
there's a
okay.
niche for every style of wrestling, and like death matches international because of like countries like Japan. I think Mexico has a decent death match scene too.
I don't put it down. I mean, like, you know, if that's the way you wanna do everything. It's crazy to me that they do get those Japanese tours and everything. I feel like that is a great opportunity. I just never got into it, but I mean, like, there's definitely a great niche audience for that.
There's a great saying in wrestling that people have missed the message on. Wrestling is for everyone to enjoy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every
yeah, absolutely.
there's a niche market for every style of wrestling.
Yep.
From like you got your different communities, like you got your styles. Like Southern style is way different than how they do it in like a PA or a Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the thing that's so great about like places like 880 and Enjoy. Like the styles are so unique and so different from one another that you will see styles clashes that are just you'd look at it and be like, I don't know if that's going to work, and then they go out there and put on magic every show.
And that's a great
So
point.
the Thursday night fight shows are good.
That's a good point, though. You guys were talking about this when I watched the footage of the car interview, where you're mentioning, is there something like like Banana Ball, like for a wrestling show or something like that?
Yeah.
That's a valid point because you brought up the what were the kaiju fights that they put on.
Oh yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a group of
Kaiju Big
fans.
Battle.
Yeah, the big battles. People like that. People like your death matches. I mean, look at Terry Funk. He had a career in wrestling before he got into death match and hardcore wrestling too. So he's lived two different lives, two different styles, and people love him for both facets of his career. There is a wrestling
Yeah.
style out there for everyone. There's the ones that the Halloween shows that people put on where like an
Then you
established
got
wrestler.
cosplay wrestling.
Yeah, cosplay wrestling. Because I think Lady Frost did some of those, didn't she?
I think she did fantasy cosplay wrestling
Yeah.
down in I think North Carolina. They run out of.
But I'm like, there's a type of wrestling for everyone out there. Bro brings up a great point. Just because you don't like this company's way, you don't have to hate this company's way. Or they're all going to tear each other apart on the internet and make the internet wrestling community a terrible, terrible place.
I ain't worried about nothing being said.
My trainer used to
I'm
put
just going to focus on entertaining those who pull up. If you get to watch, I hope you enjoy. If not, I'm sorry.
my trainer used to put it in the best way. Rest in peace, Devin Michaels. But he used to put it the best way. Everybody likes ice cream. Just everybody likes a different flavor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good point. All right, I'm going to take it to what has become my favorite part of the podcast, and I know it's everybody else's at home, and we're going to find out, bro, are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Oh boy.
So I need you to pick a number between 1 and 13 so you know that I'm not giving you the hardest test. I'll let you pick a test, 1 through 13.
Let's go 9.
We're going to go 9. Heard.
That's the highest number
Okay.
so far, Timmy.
And what is it? Third grade
Well-
is the highest.
Technically, Jace completed it, but then afterwards he admitted that he cheated and let his girlfriend answer 2 of the questions.
Yeah.
So third grade is the highest right now. So would you like first grade animal science or first grade geography?
Let's go geography.
Okay. What ocean borders the U.S. state of Georgia?
That'd be the Atlantic.
That is the Atlantic. Moving on to the second grade question. You've already made it further than Godric Sandwell, by the way, who missed the first grade question. Just saying.
Exquisite, huh?
Do you want first grade English or second grade English or second grade literature?
Let's go English.
Okay. What is the prefix of the word unfortunately?
Would un be the prefix?
Un is the prefix. Moving on to the third grade question. Okay. Would you like third grade animal science or third grade math?
Let's go to animal science.
Okay. A giant panda's natural habitat is on what continent?
Asia.
Oh, we are past the third grade question. We have a tie for the lead at this point. Moving on to fourth grade. We have fourth grade geography or fourth grade English.
Let's go geography again.
Okay. Mount Kilimanjaro is located on what continent?
Africa.
Got it. We are moving on to the fifth grade question. Here we go.
Shout out Toto.
Great reference.
Fifth,
Great
would you like fifth grade literature or fifth grade math?
Let's go math.
He's gonna go math. Okay.
Biscuit.
Any number to the power of 0 is equal to what value?
0.
No, I'm sorry. It is 1.
Yep.
Dude, so we have a new leader. And are you smarter than a fifth grader?
We're gonna have to create a leaderboard graphic eventually.
He made it all the way to fourth grade.
We're gonna have to have a leaderboard graphic.
Not only the biggest wrestler we've had on so far, but also the smartest over here. BROhemoth, look out.
To be fair, though, he might have had the least amount of concussions, you know?
Valid.
It's a good thing I'm one of the hosts and not a guest.
No, my first 3 years was rough because I was blind most of it.
Oh, shit. Okay. You say
Now,
you were blind,
yeah, I was wrestling without contacts in, so like, I'm nearsighted as a motherfucker.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's crazy.
So it's more of a muscle memory thing or just a verbal thing?
Muscle memory, pretty much.
Now you mentioned, I mentioned big a couple times, and I want to bring up, you almost got to hold a world record at a point.
I did.
Where you were the winner of what was called the world's biggest battle royal at the time.
109 men.
What was that like, being in the complete chaos of that many people, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it?
That was probably my toughest cardio challenge.
Because it wasn't like a Royal Rumble
minutes.
type thing. I would say everybody started in the ring, so you had to outlast everybody. Like,
I have no idea how many eliminations I had.
is there any footage of that? Is there anywhere to see that?
I do not know. I can ask around, but like I can't remember off the top of my head.
All right, well,
I think it might be on YouTube. I'm not positive.
I'm sorry, did you say
Future Tim, if you find it.
109 men. It was 45.
109 people.
Okay,
yeah, 109 people were in it. Yeah. I was say, Future Tim, if you find it, put how many eliminations Bro had right now. There we go. Perfect.
If there's just a question mark, Tim couldn't find it.
Yep. But I'll look. I'll do my due diligence.
That was quite a day.
It had to have been. That's like, there had to just be so much chaos at the time. Like, was it 2 rings?
3.
3 rings. Okay.
I don't even know how you'd
Let's split
coordinate
it up a little bit.
109 people.
You
No
don't.
matter how many rings. It's just, they're already a clusterfuck match. I can only imagine with 109 people.
It was bodies everywhere for a good 20 minutes.
People falling off of each other, getting elimination at the same time.
Because I believe it started with there was a big dive off the top at the beginning of it. Because they had like a scaffold hanging like up on the one middle ring.
Can you remember who the last person was in with you?
I eliminated Tony Johnson to win the match.
Okay.
Oh, Iceman. Okay. Another good talent right there. I love me some Iceman.
Definitely one of the most. He hasn't been around a while, but last time I saw him, he was still solid.
Yes, I think he's been real lifing.
Yeah, I get that.
It comes at you fast.
All the time.
Now, I'm going to bring up what's probably going to be a sensitive subject here, but me and you have been doing some stuff at LAW where basically I paid you enough money to just kind of do what I said at a point, and you took out this little punk-ass Dave Jameson for me, and he's been kind of a little crybaby bitch about it the whole time, to be completely honest. So, like, I was wondering if you had any, like, having time to think about it. Like, do you want to tell Day he's a crybaby bitch, or?
I wasn't thinking about him. My schedule was a little too busy for that. Like, I mean, I could pick a date and I could beat his ass again if he's so eager for it. Like, I don't get paid by the minute.
But that's what bad motherfuckers do, like I always say.
I mean, he's fresh on your mind. I mean, he's robbed your office.
Dude, I will address that tomorrow.
I mean,
I'm
bro,
not gonna take time now.
a long time. Was there any remorse at all once you beat him up, or?
I mean, it's just business. Like, he drops a bag, I drop a body. That's the transaction.
Like I keep telling you, Tommy, we don't know Day. We know the person that Day used to be, dude. He's not the same person. He was humble back then, dude. I remember the bright-eyed little kid that showed up to training so excited that he got to be in a wrestling ring. And now he's a little fucking egotistical, I'm the guy making the money. I'm getting off topic. I apologize.
I mean, listen, as the handler for La El Shaddai, I totally get it, but at the same time, I feel like you guys maybe went a little too far. Is there anything in there where you think you went too far, or?
Tommy, when I want your opinion, I'll pay you for it, okay?
I mean,
thanks. Moving on.
He's still wrestling, so I didn't think I did too much.
Like, yeah, he didn't do enough, evidently. If he's still wrestling, then he didn't do enough. That's how I see it.
So you're telling me you wanted to take away this kid's whole entire career just as it started?
He's not a fucking kid no more. Stop treating him like he is some sucking on his mommy's teeth kid. He's not. He's a grown-ass man, and when you act like that, you're gonna fucking get smacked. That's what happens when you're a grown-ass man and you mess with bad motherfuckers.
You're sucking on his teeth, but okay.
There's a simple saying for it. Fuck around, find out.
Fair. I can't really argue that absolutely. Point.
I wouldn't. Did you see my boy? I wouldn't argue with him.
Listen, who am
you want me to send? Do you want me to send him for Shaddai, Tommy?
Why are you always yelling at me?
Why are you giving me your opinion on the subject, bro?
I don't know.
That's the question. Thank you.
Pod, I guess.
Anyway, BROhemoth, even though we've been rudely interrupted here, I would like to thank you for giving us your time here.
Oh, no, I appreciate it. I had a blast.
I can't thank you enough for doing this for us, even though I have whatever you call that below me. I'm sorry, what below me? Is there anything? Go, Tommy, do you want to give your God? I'll let you do your thing right now. Go give BROhemoth the where can we find you thing you like to do.
All right, so BROhemoth, let these people know this is your time. Where can we see BROhemoth if we are a wrestling fan in the next 60 days?
You can see me every Thursday in the South Side up at the shop for TNF. I believe the date is April 24th. We have the Pittsburgh versus Brooklyn show.
I think you're right. I know which one you're talking about. I think it is the 24th. Yep.
You can always find me on indiewrestling.us on YouTube. May 24th, as we talked about earlier, you can find me in Macomb, Illinois, because I'm coming to Destination 6.
Now, what if we wanted to ask you? What's the IG? What's the TikTok? You got IG?
You can find me on IG and Twitter at BROhemoth TFB. I believe TikTok is the same too. And you can find me on YouTube at the BROhemoth.
Oh yeah!
Awesome. Well, once again, I want to thank you very much for being here.
Hey,
and then, does anybody else have anything else they would like to ask my monster before I send him on his way?
No, I just like to say fuck you, Timmy.
Ooh, you couldn't afford it, Tommy.
Money.
BROhemoth, once again, thank you for being here and dealing with these two jackasses. I very much appreciate you.
Hey, they're not half bad. They're still walking.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
He's not.
Oh,
Tommy's not.
Unfortunately.
I mean, he's still in good spirits.
Rolling. He's still rolling.
Right, Tommy.
He rolled away.
Damn. Why you gotta do me like that?
Dude, I've been trying to get him to leave it. But once again, I want to thank you for being here, BROhemoth. On behalf of
Wow.
everybody at Money Mark Media and Indy-Vision, we appreciate you. Thank you very much for taking your time to be with us.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.